Hello, potassium people. Welcome back. Today's another day of Azure doesn't have time to edit because a friend's over, so we gotta keep it short, no editing, blah blah blah. And personal thoughts of the soul, peeling back the mind with Azure. So today, it's actually going to be like a two-parter. So today I'm going to talk about a specific quote, and then I'm going to talk about quotes in general. Probably tomorrow, unless I just go off the deep end. So today, you've probably heard of a quote that goes something like, "You can't judge a book by its cover." And at first, this seems pretty logical, right? At first, this is a quote where you think, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Obviously, because there might be good content in the book, it might be something you like. But personally, I think that's a wrong take to have for something like that. And the reason why I think that's wrong is because the quote itself doesn't delve deep enough into the topic. And this is very common with a lot of quotes. Quotes on the surface seem to be informative, they seem to be authoritative, and like you should take it as is. Never take a quote or like anything in life as is unless you've looked into it, you know? So, don't judge a book by its cover is flawed because everybody should, in fact, judge a book by its cover, but not in the way that you think. Obviously, they mean it in the way that you shouldn't judge it because the content of the book might be really good and the cover might just look a little off, okay? But the package sells the rest of the content. So if I go to a library and I am looking for a book on cooking bananas, and I find a book about Abraham Lincoln, and if I'm not judging a book by its cover, I could just think of anything in that book, right? Maybe this book has bananas in it. Well, I open it up, and it's about Abraham Lincoln. So where did I go wrong? I didn't judge it by its cover. The problem is that the book is supposed to have a cover. There's supposed to be something you can judge the book by immediately upon seeing it. And so there's got to be a separation here with this quote. So instead of saying, don't judge a book by its cover, it should be, don't judge the contents of a book by its cover. And that's when things are still wrong, because you still do want to judge that content, okay? You have a preconceived notion after seeing that cover. You have this notion that this is what the book is going to be about, okay? And so, again, back to the Abraham Lincoln book. If I have the Abraham Lincoln book and I open it up and it is about bananas, then what is the cover for? Why is it lying to me? This is why people had such a big problem and still do have a problem with clickbait titles. If someone isn't doing something they're saying with their title, with their thumbnail, whatever, then the people that click on that video are going to be upset. They wanted something specific and they're not getting it. Okay? So, people do and should judge a book by its cover and the contents by that cover, but only by the connection that the cover should have with the content. The content itself should be judged in a slightly different way. And that way is by analyzing if it's good, helpful, etc. So, how much does the cover help you to understand what's actually in the book? Okay? So, that's my personal take on that quote. That's my personal take just on judging things in general, actually. Because if you want to know about a person, the way they dress, the way they appear, and the way they act in public is basically the cover of someone. Whereas if you go into their home and you see that, this person dresses up very sharply, they have like tie, business suit on, whatever, they look great, and they hold themselves to what seems like a very high standard. And then you go in their house, and it's just a pigsty. Everything's thrown about. There's like cardboard boxes on the floor from 50 nights of pizza. Okay, then that is absolutely a case where the cover is different from the content of a person in this case. So that's my take. I'm hungry. I want a banana. And see, what's nice about the banana is it has a cover, and it's called the peel. And the peel actually tells you what kind of content you should expect. So if the peel is green, you should know that it's not going to be the sweetest banana in the world. In fact, it may be a little more sour than you expect. But if that's what you want, then you're going to judge it by how green it is. And then when you take a bite of the banana, you can judge how good it is. But you'll know what to expect. Literally. There is zero reason why anybody should expect something different than what the cover tells them. Everybody should be able to expect something at least similar or exactly what the cover is saying. So, I never liked that quote. When you just peel back the idea of something that's been talked about for so long, you can really see a lot about it. So, tomorrow, probably going to be talking about quotes in and of themselves. But today, the content of this banana is delicious. Because I expected a less ripe banana. The slight tart to the banana is in and of itself delicious. And just like most, no, I'd say every channel I've had, or not every channel, every banana I've had on this channel is a 10 out of 10. The only time it's less than 10 out of 10 is when it's like mixed with something usually. Except peanut butter, that stuff. Oh man, what a beautiful combo. Bananas and peanut butter. That's good stuff. That's like if you're reading a book that's extremely involved, it has like words you've never seen before, and you pull out the dictionary. That's what the peanut butter is to the banana. It's the dictionary. It's helping you understand everything that's in it, you know, enlighten yourself. Gamers, if there's any, oh, hold on. Mouth was more full than I realized. If there's any topic you want me to talk about during this week, feel free to ask. I'll try not to do too much ranting. I have a pretty bad yapping problem, but I'm okay with that. Maybe I'll talk about that. We'll see. This has been peeling it back with Azure, with Azure's mind. And all I have to ask is, Valve, please add the strangesecondbanana to TF2. And please keep fixing TF2. Really appreciate you abandoning those bots.